You see this man? This man? This man is a true huntsman. A true huntsman is always weighing their options. And by options, I mean when to taunt. Take this clip for example, I'm fighting a Demonite, and I miss my shot. But hey, I can always taunt. Or this clip. Or this one. And this one. And this one as well. But the taunt isn't only good for killing, you can use the stun for other things as well, like countering Ubers. Just try not to give the medic any Ubers of value, which is kinda hard when you're locked in place. And do keep in mind, it doesn't work against other invulnerabilities like the Pong or the Flog Taunt.
Nobody gives a shit about the practical uses of the taunt.
Shut up! You shut the fuck up! It's the best taunt of the game! I mean, look at this clip!
Okay, maybe it's not the best taunt. The Ubers exists after all. But hey, it's the most fun one. And what do we do with fun things?
We optimize them.
Ah shit, he dodged my taunt. What will I ever do? Did you know that the Huntsman taunt kill is the fastest taunt kill in the game? I mean, I'd assume so. It only lasts 3.2 seconds, which is really fast. And it has essentially two attacks, the stun and the kill. This makes it by far the deadliest, even if others offer better utility. If you do manage to miss both of these attacks, don't forget you're still playing Huntsman, and once the short taunt ends, you can just headshot them for hundreds of damage. Look at this Demonite. He thinks he knows what I'm doing, but he has absolutely no idea I'm playing Huntsman. But hey, hold on. Let's roll it back a bit. Last clip.
Did you see it? On the right side of the screen, the ammo counter restores itself while I'm taunting.
But okay. Let's say an enemy attacks you after you taunted instead of, during it. Aren't you fucked then? As you can see, any vertical knockback will instantly knock you out of the taunt, and enemies never expect this. But what does surviving matter? You didn't get a taunt kill. You may get a headshot, you may escape with your life, but you didn't get the taunt kill.
That's why we're gonna learn a bit about
Now that may have seemed like complete horseshit to the casual observer, but there's a very good explanation for this. When you turn around fast in TF2, your player model will actually lag behind a bit. And when you start taunting, your player model will taunt in the direction it was looking in. Meanwhile, the actual taunt direction is where you were looking in when it started. So let's go back and rewatch the previous clip. Here you can see the frame before I started taunting. And here you can see my player model's look direction, and as you can see, they are completely different. This means you can create a fake taunt direction by flicking right before taunting, and it makes it really hard to tell what direction you are actually taunting in. You should generally aim to do this always, since the only downside is making it a bit harder to aim. This especially confuses spies since they are specifically trying to go for your back. I'm sure you noticed that taunts always face forwards. This might make you think you can't aim upwards and downwards, but you absolutely can.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
The Huntsman taunt also has a deceptively long range. It is 3 times the range of melee, or twice the range of a Demonite sword. So enemies very often underestimate how far you'll reach, especially with the deceptive player model. I would also like to add that for some reason the taunt does bullet damage, which means that extreme damage resistances like the Vaccinator or Dead Ringer can actually survive it. But hey, how do I get myself into those situations anyway? Well, for that, I would say there are about 4 different factors when it comes to getting a taunt kill. Your positioning, your health, what the enemy is doing, and predicting the enemy. The Huntsman taunt is a one-directional taunt that is very easy to sidestep, since the stun takes an entire second to come out. This is why you should cover as many angles of approach as possible. Back yourself against the wall, use tight hallways, and block the enemy with your body. The biggest advantage you can have is an opponent that is unaware of you, or the opponent is using melee, which has 1/3 the range of your taunt. However, going against melee is always risky thanks to a funny quirk in melee. Being stunned does not prevent an early start melee attack from going through. This means that being one shot against melee, against somebody with melee out, has a high likelihood of just killing you, even if you land the stun. Having enough health to survive a melee when starting Taunt increases your chances of survival against melee a lot. It's the reason I like to run the Cozy Camper, as it can sometimes let you survive 3 melee hits if you survive long enough to heal 6 health. As you've probably seen in the course of this video, people very often slide out of the taunt stun. This is not that big of a deal, since you can always re-taunt them or headshot them since the taunt stun lasts so long. To be a bit more specific, the taunt lasts 3.2 seconds and the stun lasts 3.6 seconds. This means you have about 0.4 seconds to re-stun somebody. Now what kind of taunter would I be if I didn't mention the natural hunting habitat of taunts? Spawn doors and teleporters. Teleporters are a bit self-explanatory. But when taunting a spawn door, make sure to wedge yourself at the edge, so anyone running out will get stuck between you and the door frame. People running on spawn don't usually pay much attention, they may not even have their hand on their mouse, which heavily decreases their reaction time. If there happens to be a teleporter, make sure to stand on it in such a way that people cannot teleport away once you stun them. When people spawn, they usually run directly at a teleporter outline, so you can use this to your advantage. Now you may have noticed me spamming a lot of voice commands. This is not just cause I'm a little piece of shit, it's to cover up the obvious stab 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 voice line. Now when to taunt when you're in front of a spawn door, if a spawn is deep enough, you can always wait till somebody spawns before you start taunting. If it's a small spawn, however, you're just gonna have to spam it and hope for the best. Unless you happen to be some kind of psychopath that remembers every single spawn duration. Let us examine this clip where the spy feels like a prime taunt kill candidate. Here I'm dodging around, trying to waste all of his ammo and trying to get him to pull out his melee. I shoot a shot completely randomly, make myself seem a bit more vulnerable. He finally pulls out his melee, knowing that I'm low on health and he's low on ammo, but I have just enough health to survive 2 melee hits with my Cozy Camper. That is enough to taunt him and get my kill. Now only if my fucking teammates didn't like to take my gun. Fucking tried it.
Control point is being captured. Alert. Control point is being captured.
You absolute cunt!
Ends in 30.
Even the opponents have more manners. Wait, how is the clip even relevant to anything? You see him, right? This is right. Has just respawned. He has 0 heads, he has been dominating me for the entire game, there's a good likelihood he just saw me and will want to kill me. However, I have been observing him for the entire match. I know that greedy little goblet will want to absolutely just rush me down, and that will be his downfall.
Thanks, mate.
While yeah, the Huntsman taunt is a very fast taunt, it still takes a second for the stun to come out, and a bit about 2 seconds for it to kill. So it is vital to always be 5 steps ahead of the enemy. You'd think when people get taunted, they would be at least sorta impressed, but a lot of people just kill point to avoid giving me the kill credit. Things like the Uber Saw and the Gunslinger taunts don't have this issue since they deal damage on contact, but the Huntsman just doesn't. Well, that should be absolutely everything there is to taunting, and now you know how. Now some of you might be saying, "What have you done?" And some of you might be asking, "How will this affect the meta?" And yes, I have just released a Coquito hazard into this world via this video, and I'm willing to take full responsibility. So naturally, the final question is, how do you counter this beast? This absolutely meta-defining strategy. The wisest among you might be crying, And the slightly less wise amongst you might be crying, just fight fire with fire! And well...
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, mate. Stab.
That's right. Not even the Huntsman can counter the Huntsman, as the Stab Taunt counters the Stab Taunt.